Welcome my fellow apes to the Triple S Variety channel. I'm your host Triple S, and in this video I'll be breaking down the November 2nd, 2023 trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yes, I know I'm very late to this, but I only recently decided to start doing breakdowns of movie trailers, so, sue me. Now let's begin. Point number 1, the trailer starts with a narration most likely from this movie's main character Noah, who greatly resembles Caesar from the previous 3 movies, so he could very well be a descendant. He says in his dreams he's seeing things and memories, but instead new things, everything in fact, though another ape corrects him that what he is seeing isn't everything. This is very mysterious. Is Noah experiencing visions of some sort, possibly some kind of divine visions? I mean, his name is Noah, just one silent H away from being Noah, and Noah was warned by God that he was going to destroy man, except for Noah and his family, who he tasked to build an ark so that they and the innocent animals of the world would survive the coming flood. No idea how that could directly relate to the character of Noah in this film, but we do see later on in the trailer a big broken down ship, which could possibly symbolize the Ark or something. And if you think I'm insane for comparing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes to the biblical story of Noah, then I would like to point you to this article from the website Medium, which points out the parallels between Caesar from War for the Planet of the Apes and the biblical figure of Moses, just so you can see I'm not alone in seeing similarities between these movies and the Bible. Another way you could interpret what Noah says, I think, is that he is actually experiencing memories. Memories somehow genetically passed down to him from his ape ancestors that lived during the time when man ruled the world. And the new things he believes he is seeing is actually the old civilization of mankind, with its technological and architectural marvels that to Noah would appear new and futuristic.
That is not everything.
Said by the orangutan, I also believe could mean 2 separate things, one religious and one scientific. The orangutan could be telling Noah that the physical world isn't the totality of all that there is, it isn't everything. There is in fact a higher plane where a power that created the world resides, and they will reside with in death if they have faith, i.e. an ape version of God and heaven. Either that or the orangutan's words are connected to a later scene in the trailer where Noah looks into a telescope. Noah believes the world they reside on is everything, but the orangutan tells him beyond their planet of the apes, there exist in their universe billions of galaxies containing even more stars that have even more worlds orbiting them. It is the incredible vastness of the universe that is everything, not just their green and insignificant planet orbiting a medium-sized star. Holy Semos, that was a long first point. Moving on. Point number 2, speaking of this orangutan, his name is Raka, and he's giving off very strong Dr. Zaius vibes.
Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Oh, Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius.
Not only just because he's an orangutan, but also due to him wearing what I would describe as a stole, an item of religious clothing most commonly seen worn by Christian bishops and priests. In the original Planet of the Apes movies, Dr. Zaius was Minister of Science, but also paradoxically, Chief Defender of the Faith. This further confuses the situation of whether Raka is being scientific or religious, if Raka is meant to be a reimagining of Dr. Zaius, and also shares the same dual roles in ape society of being Minister of Science and Chief Defender of the Faith. But with him wearing a stole and a pendant which resembles the shape of the window from Caesar's human home in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and appears now to have become some sort of form of religious symbol, I think a strong argument could be made that Raka most likely is coming from a religious angle when correcting Noah, but for now we can't say for certain. We interrupt this Triple S Variety channel video to bring you this important message. Have you remembered to carry out the 3 S's? S number 1, subscribe to the Triple S Variety channel. S number 2, smash that like button. And S number 3, share this video with friends, family, and relevant communities. We now return you to your Triple S Variety channel video already in progress. Point number 3, I wonder if this tunnel we see Noah at the entrance of is the boundary of the territory his apes live in, and I wonder if, just like in the original Planet of the Apes and its sequel Beneath the Planet of the Apes, the land beyond the other end of the tunnel will be referred to as the Forbidden Zone. Point number 4, so we fully enter the territory of the original Planet of the Apes movies with feral speechless humans being hunted and captured by horse-riding apes, and one of these humans is called May and is played by Freya Allen, who most would probably recognise from her role as Ciri in Netflix's The Witcher. She's spotted by Noah during the human hunt, and he appears to then sort of adopt her, taking her to see Raka to presumably ask for advice on what he should do about her. We then see the pair climbing a sea cliff with her spider monkeying on his back alongside several other apes, then inside of a large human-made structure, and finally being dragged by their wrists by other apes as they are taken to a wrecked ship, with their fellow apes that accompany them nowhere to be seen. How and why May is so important to Noah that he and several other apes would leave their home we don't yet know, but it's given me flashbacks to the movie Waterworld and the character of Enola, who the film's villain Deacon wanted to capture due to having a way to find dry land tattooed onto her back. Maybe May is special in some way similar to Enola. maybe she can speak. Point number 5, according to this article from the Hollywood Reporter website, some ape groups have never heard of Caesar, while others have contorted his teachings to build burgeoning empires. In this setting, one ape leader begins to enslave other groups to find human technology, while another ape, who watched his clan be taken, embarks on a journey to find freedom. A young human woman becomes key to the latter's quest, although she has plans of her own. From this, we can deduce the gorilla wearing metal armor and wielding some sort of stun baton is part of the group of apes doing the enslaving, and this whole night raid scene is most likely Noah's group being captured and taken to the wrecked ship. Noah and May are later captured and taken to the ship, and that is where the scene of a younger ape jumping into Noah's arms presumably comes from. It's a reunion between family members, either father and son or younger and older brother. What's interesting is that at one point in the trailer we see Noah fall into a hole in the ground, and he appears to also have a stun baton device, just like the gorilla was shown using, and we see other apes on the wrecked ship also holding. Did Noah steal the stun baton and escape from the ship apes, or could it be after he and May were captured, he agreed to join the ship apes to keep his fellow enslaved group of apes safe while secretly trying to figure out how to free them? The final part of the quote from the Hollywood Reporter also bolsters my belief that May in fact be able to speak, or at least communicate in some fashion like by writing or via sign language. How else would she be able to convey to Noah that while she will travel with him, she does also have her own stuff going on? Side note, the stun baton gorilla gives me strong Colonel Attar from Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes vibes. Point number 6, we see the wrecked ship has beached and the colony of apes living there have built a seawall connecting it to a jetty. Protected from the ocean by the ape-made seawall is a human-built structure sealed behind massive metal doors. This could be where the ship apes have gotten most of their recovered human technology from, or it could be that beyond the doors is more technology, I'm willing to bet military-grade stuff, the leader of the ship apes would like to possess, but can't because they're unable to get inside. Point number 7, speaking of the leader of the ship apes, we're introduced to him at the end of the trailer when he does his best Nux from Mad Max Fury Road impression. He gets the quote wrong though.
What a wonderful day! What a lovely day!
The leader of the ship apes is called Proximus Caesar, Proximus being a Latin word meaning nearest, next, neighbour, or adjoining. So essentially this ape, who declares it's a very nice day indeed, calls himself the next Caesar. I wonder if his original name was Edward Sallow.
Piece of shit.
I love all the Planet of the Apes films. Okay, well maybe not all, but as well as being a fan of the reboot series, I'm also a big fan of the original series. It always throws people for a loop when they ask me what my favourite Planet of the Apes movie is, and I say Beneath the Planet of the Apes. I love the idea there being surviving intelligent humans that have mutated to the point they developed psychic powers, and the conflict between them and the intelligent apes. How Nova, a feral human woman, develops the ability to speak due to her connection with Taylor shouting his name as she fears for his life, and how the movie just ends with the whole damn planet being blown up when Taylor activates the Alpha Omega bomb. And with how the reboot series is getting very close to a similar point where the original series began, I cannot wait to see what elements it will continue to incorporate from the original movies, and what new lore it will add to one of my favourite franchises. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Triple S Variety channel. Why not leave a comment below pointing out anything I missed but you noticed? I would love to hear from you all. I've been Triple S, you've all been amazing, and I shall see you all in the next video.